technical glitch. I don't know how that managed to happen, but I'm back again. So, like the post says, this is like the Diwali special confusion burster. So here, as people burst crackers this season, which I would ideally suggest not to, considering the state of our environment, considering the effects it's actually having on the ozone layer. And I think natural disasters are doing the rounds enough for us to know why we shouldn't be bursting crackers. So in that way, here y'all can actually focus on breaking myths about how and why y'all can't do well in this exam. For those of y'all who feel y'all can't, breaking and bursting that stress bubble within y'all. And we have people here. Hi Shrey, hi Aditi, I'm doing well. Hi Ratul, hello Balraj. So today's live session, apologies for the technical glitch we did have before this. Hi Prativa Kumari. All right. So first of all, season's greetings to you guys. I'm not sure if I would be interacting with you all before Diwali, but just in advance, a very, very, very happy Diwali to all of y'all. And may this auspicious festival bring light, bring confidence, and bring prosperity, health, and good luck to all of y'all. All right. And may all study well and go on to be the future light of our country. All right. So happy Diwali, guys. Abantika, hello, hello. Ma'am, plan for Diwali study plan. All right, so sure. I mean, it's nice that y'all would want to give time to your studies, and y'all should want to give time to your studies even amidst this festive season. But don't forget to, take part in the festivities in the limited time that you have. All right, so plan that very carefully. I would say, guys, first of all, I want to know, side question, okay? This is not to do with ICSE or your 10th, but how many of y'all actually burst crackers? I just want to know that personally. How many of y'all support bursting crackers, and how many of y'all are against bursting crackers? Let's see. Thank you, everybody, for the wishes. Thank you, Alpha Shalendra. Mm. Anuj, coming back to your question while the others reply to the question that I asked them. See, Diwali, I think, is of 3 days. Y'all do have Choti and Badi Diwali. In North India, it's given even more ehmiyat that you call it. South India, they do celebrate, but then, it does have like a more mellow tone to it. So what I would suggest is, do not ostracize yourselves from the the festive spirit. All right, you can dress up and study as well, just like how I am taking this live in my festive clothes, if you can call it. So do take part in the puja, and eat well. Do haath batao ghar mein. Y'all can help in cleaning, lighting the diyas, and all. Give maybe 2.5 hours a day. But when it comes to bursting crackers and all, sorry guys, but personal opinion, do not burst crackers. Yeah, come on. I mean, I know it's fun and all, but considering the environment situation of the present day, I think मेरे ICSE बच्चों are smart enough to know that it's just like, polluting the environment even more. I mean, with all due respect to the cultural significance that bursting crackers has to do with the festival. Diwali is also a festival of lights, so diye jalao, light up. You can put these angel lights in your room or your, house, and make your house look pretty, pretty and nice. But patak nahi, so you can spare yourself, I think, 2-3 hours of time when if you have to eliminate the cracker bursting thing, and you can actually spend it on studying. So on your study table you can have like the small lamp. Don't burn your books guys by mistake. Also have like these electric lamps also you get, so wo rakh ke you can study with the light on. Don't you know, damage the rods and cones of your eyes, if y'all know what I am talking about, biology, sense organs, the eyes. All right, but don't damage your eyes by studying in dim light. Study plan for Diwali, stick to your usual plan, but puja part ke baad, after you do indulge side by side, take small breaks, you know, jao like khane ke liye. Of course you'll have relatives, family, friends come over, or y'all might go over, but if y'all are traveling or if y'all are going to a family friend's house, you all would go with your phones, right? So insta pe sab pics jayenge, of course, of what y'all would be wearing, etc, etc. So the phone, make use of it. Okay, take pictures of your textbook, or you know, you can use your phone to practice the previous year multiple choice questions. Use your phone to just binge study. जब binge watch Netflix पे होता है, तो when you are out indulging in these festivities as well, for those of y'all who have to go out or who have relatives over, binge study as well. And trust me, binge studying does help you, you know, remember a lot. All right, in that way, maybe, you know, while you're having a conversation with a friend or your cousin or somebody, you just go through like this one statement, and then you're like, हाँ okay fine, and अचानक से वो अगर एग्ज़ाम में आ गया, then you'd be like, अरे हाँ, ये तो मैंने binge study करते वक्त पढ़ ली. But coming to the serious thing, do not completely deviate from your study plan. Stick to it. Maybe you can cut 1 hour or something, but if you have a target of, according to your timetable, to finish you know, a particular chapter or a particular subject, or you practicing your previous year questions, finish that. All right, no matter how you do it throughout the day, even during Diwali, because y'all are not very far from the exam. No matter how y'all do it, even if y'all want to, if y'all were giving 4 hours to study, or 2.5 3 hours to studying every day continuously, of course with your small breaks. And over here during the festive time, evenings is when y'all are going to be occupied the most. So finish your study part before the actual festivities of the day do begin. That is mostly in the evening, right? So finish studying by morning. Of course you would have your puja and everything in the morning for those celebrating. So try to finish it in the morning, or try to find the gaps of, y'all would know the routine of your festivals, right? So y'all would know when time would be free, so when y'all would be free of distraction. So sit, and this would require extra effort, because during festivities y'all are going to have many friends, your relatives and everybody come and call you aloud to, you know, study, to not study, but to play and to just have fun, you know, go out. I mean, all that is there, but next year when y'all are even more free, when y'all come to 11th, because remember, these same relatives who might come over are going to be over even on the day of your results also, to ask y'all about your marks. So keep that in mind and use that as a motivation to sit and study. All right, so finish it, and it's just 3 days. Put in a little more effort to avoid that distraction, and do not get carried away, guys, because when y'all get distracted for these 3 days, and then all the festivals sub ho gaya, when you sit back to study, you are not gonna be in the mood to study. All right, so in that way, do stick to your schedule. Do not completely abandon your studies, but yeah, you don't abandon the festivities also, because y'all would be even more distracted if y'all don't indulge in all of that. All right, so be responsible in your time management that way. And yeah, these 3 days of Diwali, y'all can spend like a little lesser time studying. Maybe you can cut off half an hour or 1 hour from your studying, and but keep that study spirit there alongside your festive spirit. Okay, keep that balance. All right. Ratul, I just told you about the Diwali study plan. If you're asking study subject wise, depending on how much of the syllabus you have covered, try and, you know, finish the tough concepts first. If you are done with the syllabus, start revising and practice your previous year question papers. And if you are not done with the syllabus, go in for the tougher concepts first. All right, along with revision. And for all the chapters that you all have finished, I would suggest y'all go chapter wise and take out the questions from the last 10 years question papers and solve those. All right. Um, Anuj, I just gave you all like a rough plan for the Diwali holiday. Like I said, avoid the first plan should be how to balance between the distraction and your studies. So keep yourselves, you know, um, in your study senses. In that way, tell yourselves, even if you all are going to enjoy, like eat outside or whatever it is, guys, you all would know. Remember, always keep it at the back of your head that पढ़ाई करना है, पढ़ाई करना है, एग्ज़ाम भी आ रहा है, दिवाली हर साल आता है, ICSE का बोर्ड एग्ज़ाम हर साल नहीं आता हमारे लिए. ऑल राइट, सो कीप दैट इन माइंड एंड that should be enough to help you all avoid the distraction completely. All right, so stick to your studies. Go. I hope all of y'all, I mean, with the previous lives that I did take, I did tell y'all, to create a timetable ASAP and create a schedule that y'all would be following. So hopefully y'all are following that. Otherwise my efforts of telling y'all would have gone in vain. And guys, speaking of this strategy that most of y'all keep asking, like strategy bataiye ma'am, or strategy bataiye sir. I mean, with all due respect to what other educators, be it in your school or otherwise, have to say, you cannot stick. Everyone will have an individual strategy that is their personalized strategy that would work for them. Okay, the max that can be done is guide you all on how to go about that strategy, how to go about making that strategy. Because see, just like how our thumbprints are different, right? Okay, that's too much of a technical example, but see, what might be an ideal strategy for the 2024 topper of ICSE might not be an ideal strategy for you. All strategies will not work for everybody. It's like it's just like how one shoe size will not fit everyone, right? Because that would depend on what subject and concepts under those subjects students find easy and how much time they would allot to it. Maybe somebody might spend more time in studying Julius Caesar, somebody might spend more time in trying to solve sums in math, but maybe somebody who's good in math might finish math fast, maybe आधे घंटे का काम होगा उनके लिए. But for a student to be math might be tough, so trying to understand the formulae over there would be a task. So the student might end up spending 2 hours like in a week minimum to understand math. So in that way, no set strategy can work for everyone. All right, so y'all can be guided around how to go about that strategy, but y'all cannot follow a particular strategy, and even if y'all do, it will only end up in a bad decision that y'all would realize later. All right, so do not follow anybody's strategy. All right, so I can guide y'all on how to go about that strategy for yourselves, how to make one for yourselves, but not I will not make a strategy for y'all that way. Thank you Balraj. अच्छा, बहुत बात कर लिया मैंने. I've missed out on the questions, but yeah, I'm taking the questions, guys. Sabr. Ma'am, I didn't know what, but when it comes to my mood, I burst them, but sometimes I do not. Okay, crackers ka question. Okay, Balraj, you're being honest. That's good enough. Anuj Yadav says, yes, ma'am, definitely I will not burst crackers. That's great, Anuj. I mean, y'all are ICSE kids. Like, y'all should, can I say kids? Y'all are ICSE champs, right? So, bursting crackers, I think y'all should understand. Alpha Shailendra says, nuclear weapon testing season. Yes, Alpha. So, he's updated on current affairs. Nice, Alpha. हाँ, वो दिवाली चल रहा है एक साइड में. Alpha Shailendra, ma'am, education, I didn't understand that question. Your college education, what about it? What do you want to ask about my college education? Arjun says, मैं बहुत close relatives की शादी है, annual exams में exam छोड़ के जाऊँ कि नहीं? Of course not, अर्जुन. क्यों? शादी तो उनकी हो जाएगी, पर आपका एग्ज़ाम फिर से लिखना है क्या? नहीं ना? Don't. Um, I'm good, Abhijit. Hello, know it, bro. Uh, mm, okay. Ma'am, what is the difference between puja and Poonam? Puja, I am not that well versed in Hindi, Shalendra, but puja I know is like the prayer that you do. Poonam, I'm not quite sure. Tell me, what is the difference? Mm, okay. All right. Lakshdeep Kumar, I start 7+ hours studying math and science. All right, Lakshdeep. But do focus on your other subjects as well. All right. Mm, all right. Abhijit Prabhakar says, "How do I wake up early even if I am a night owl?" Don't you have to wake up for school, Abhijit? I mean, alarm would be the ideal answer, but if you're trying to ask me how to correct your sleep cycle, then I would say you would have to, even if you are a night owl, you will have to maybe skip 2-3 hours of sleeping for that for those 24 hours, so you automatically feel like going to sleep uh, early in the night. All right, so that is one way you can correct your sleep cycle, but otherwise do not be cranky and do not compromise on your sleep in a way where you can't focus on your studies, because sleep is very important, and sometimes when you do not get your necessary sleep, you cannot concentrate on anything. But you for the start, just for like the first 24 hours, like if you sleep at, you say, 3:34 in the morning, and you wake up, I'm guessing, maybe around 11 a.m. or 12 p.m., then what I would suggest is, try not to sleep at 3:34 a.m. I mean, I'm giving an example, I don't know your timings, but try to stay awake and maybe go to sleep early in the night and correct your sleep cycle that way. Mm, um, you're welcome, Rahul. Okay, ma'am. Okay, Shalendra, that's left up to you. All right. All right. Your birthday is on Diwali, Ratul. Happy birthday in advance. Tejasvi Gupta, hello. Ma'am, please tell something to score more than 90% in boards, as my syllabus is incomplete till now and pre-boards is after 1 month. All right. Know it, bro. How much of the syllabus have you completed till now? If you can tell me that, then I can tell you how to try to score a 90%. Mm. Ma'am, I could not follow my timetable. Tejasvi, that's not something that is uncommon. It happens to most students, especially in this age group, because the attention span does, you know, uh, the attention span is very less at this age. But you will have to put in effort every day. So every day would be work in progress, and you would have to try and follow your timetable a little by little. Now when students are not able to follow the timetable that they create for themselves, is when they create a timetable that is too rigorous for them or too tough, like no studies, and then they create a timetable like, theek hai, I wasn't studying for like 3-4 hours before this, but now I will allot 5 hours of my day to study. In that way, you will not be able to follow your timetable. You will have to create a timetable where you gradually increase your time. All right. Now, let's say you weren't studying at all every day. You were not allotting time to your studies every day. All right. Just an example. And now you made up your mind that, okay, time is running and you need to actually start study in a disciplined manner or disciplined, channel manner. So you do create a timetable. Now, when you haven't studied for all these months and you suddenly create a timetable where you allot, you say, even 4 hours for a start, mostly it is not going to be able to be followed. Okay, I mean, if you're able to, for those who are able to, well and good, that would be a very commendable willpower that they do have. But even if I was in your place, I wouldn't be able to immediately start for that many hours. So create a timetable where you know that, you know, these are the topics, these are the concepts you do have to finish. But maybe week wise, but start now week wise. You start with 2 hours. I think 2 hours is easily doable when it comes to studying, even for a start. So 2 hours, and then increase it to 2.5 hours. You say after 3-4 days, and then again after the following 3-4 days you increase it, and like that you increase it gradually. All right, and start with you know, positive reinforcement. Let's say you want to reward yourself after finishing a particular concept. So one way how you can follow it is, let's say you want to check something on your phone, you keep your phone away. All right, you have to be strong-willed for this. You keep your phone away and tell yourself that only after you finish a particular concept, irrespective of the time, only after you finish a particular concept or a particular chapter, you are gonna touch your phone. And in that way, use rewards for yourself. All right, that is called positive reinforcement. So use that for yourself, and you would be able to get a hang and get used to following the timetable that way. If you're And I would say create a practical timetable for yourself. All right. Um, Arjun, I think you would have to decide on that. What means more to you, your exam or them? Ma'am, I got first rank in first term exam. The second term went very bad for me. Guidance for pre-boards. Shashikala, no problem. If you haven't got done well in your second term, but you can keep in mind the first rank that you got in first term, okay, and keep in mind your performance in second term in a way such that you know where you went wrong. Okay, try to instead of beating yourself up and, you know, guilt tripping on you performing not so well in the second term, uh, try to understand, use that as a stepping stone to learning where you actually went wrong. Okay, try to use that as a learning curve, and identify where you went wrong, learn from those mistakes, and try not to make those mistakes in your pre-boards. All right, and see, when it comes to performing well in the first term or second term, these are all the question papers that are set by your school. All right, so the main giant is going to be your board exam, right? So the practice the previous year question papers. All right, and try to relate your answers with the structure of answers that are there in the solutions of the previous year question papers. That is what I would suggest. All right, Dhruva. Mm, I did answer your question. How to study Julius Caesar novel? Sagonic Datta. All right. So the one shot is coming up by tomorrow or day after. And answering a question of how to study Julius Caesar. See, most of y'all will definitely not be accustomed to the colloquial language that is there in the in Julius Caesar, because obviously that was written in, you know, uh, the Elizabethan age. So y'all would have to, you know, cleverly and smartly. I can do one thing. I can leave a link of which is the best translation of Julius Caesar, which I used as well. I mean, I had As You Like It, but this is a very reliable link that y'all can use when it comes to the translation. It is just colloquial English to you know, your normal English, and it's very simple to understand. But speaking of how to study Julius Caesar, you will have to read all your acts. Okay, all the acts that are there in your syllabus, you will have to complete it. I mean, of course, you would have. If you're in 10th, you would have been done with acts 1 and 2 in your ninth grade itself. But speaking of your acts 3, 4, and 5, you will have to read line to line and understand everything. You have no other option, because like I said in the English literature ICSE secrets revealed video, you will be given extracts straight central to the text. So you will have to read Julius Caesar that way. And also with the one shot that is coming up, you will definitely be able to, you know, with the one shot that is coming up, you will definitely be able to understand what to do. All right. Um, all right. Where are the questions? Um, so that was what it was when it came to Julius Caesar. Mm, all right. Hello, Priya. You're welcome, Ratul. Okay, there's some other show happening in the comment section, but okay. Saganik, I just answered the Julius Caesar question. Rishikesh. Mm, I was on bed rest for the past 3 months, so I have completed 30%. But how do I complete my syllabus? Not a problem, Rishikesh. There are students who haven't started the syllabus yet. So with whatever you have completed, revise that 30% along with finishing the concepts that you find tough first, and giving importance to English first, because English is like the main subject when it comes to ICSE. If you fail English, you fail your ICSE boards, even if you get a 90% in all the other subjects. All right, so give importance to English, and along with your group 1 subjects and group 2 subjects, try to finish your syllabus little by little with the time remaining, but at a faster pace. And along with finishing your syllabus, don't forget to revise. Do not stress about anything. I like your will of wanting to finish the rest of the subjects. For whatever reason you were on bed rest, I hope you're better now. You practice the previous year questions, be the MCQs or the answer writing questions, um, from the ICSE, the CISCE website. The sample paper and the previous year question papers are there. All right, so try it according to the concepts and the chapters you have finished in your subjects. Try to answer the questions that relate to whatever you have completed, and go slow and study. You can, with the upcoming pre-boards that are there, use that as a testing, use that as a test to know where you stand. And if not, also give your complete focus to the board exam, understand the pattern. And you can watch the videos that I have put up on the channel to understand the syllabus more in detail. There's a subject wise demand, so go through that, understand what is the subject wise demand that the board actually looks forward to, and finish your syllabus along with practicing your previous year question papers. Rishikesh, till Feb. I didn't understand. I asked you till how much of your syllabus did you finish, Rishikesh? I'm hoping that was the conversation we were having. All right. Thank you, Priya. My 85% of my syllabus is completed, ma'am, and in October there is my pre-boards. October is almost done, so Adi, I'm guessing you have your pre-boards going on, and if 85% of your syllabus is done, that's amazing. 15% more to go, but do practice your previous year question papers. Ma'am, I have too much work to do, project, school, studies. I reach home at 5 p.m. and wake up at 5 a.m. All right, Tejas, your projects should have been done by now, if I am not wrong. But see, project work, you do have your internal assessments. That is important. But uh, I'm guessing you go for tuitions, or is that your school timing? Do not overstrain yourself, Tejas, if that is the right pronunciation. Do allot time for your studies. Abhijit, ma'am, I have completed nearly 90% of my science syllabus and 75 to 85% of my math syllabus. Alright, but 50-60% of syllabus in language and SST. How can I score 90% in pre-boards, which is after a month? Alright, Abhijit, I think you're in a good enough place. If you have finished 90% of your science and math, that is your group 2, you have 75 to 80% of your group 1. sorry, 50 to 60% of your group 1. All right, so you focus on finishing the rest of the syllabus in your group 1, and do not ignore English. Do not ignore English, because you might think that you, not to intimidate you in any way, but students do think that they do finish the syllabus, and they are very confident about English literature or their English language. But uh, if you don't understand the correction pattern and the demand of the board when it comes to your English language or your English literature, and if you end up scoring lesser than what is expected, it is gonna be bad. All right, so do not ignore English. Finish the syllabus in language. When it comes to history, civics, and geography, do get the main elements. Do watch that video. All right, what does the board expect subject wise, because nobody talks about such real things. So do watch that video and get an understanding of what you all have to what demands of the board you all would have to meet subject wise, and finish the syllabus, and practice previous year questions, Abhijit, as much as possible. All right, the last 10 years question papers, take them out and practice them according to whatever syllabus you have finished, and revise. In that way you would be able to score 90% in pre-boards, and you would hopefully be able to touch 90% in boards as well, because ICSE, when it comes to their marks allocation, if you have understood what their demand is, and if you have understood what is it that they expect to see on your answer script, they would be lenient in giving you marks. All right, probable date for boards. So KSK, this year the boards were the board exams for 10th ICSE were conducted on Feb 21st, if I am not wrong. So tentatively, if I have to guess, it should be around the same time, either Feb end or March first week max. Can I complete my syllabus till by November if I start tomorrow? Shireen, yeah, of course, like completing the syllabus, you can see, you would never know the end date of finishing a syllabus, but depending on how much time you do allot, starting from tomorrow, that is, you will have to allot like 3-4 hours minimum for a start, and you will have to be very very focused, avoiding distractions, and not succumbing to the pressure of not having completed your syllabus. And I think by in 1 month, I don't think so, but 1.5 months, if you put in 4 to 5 hours every day religiously, you would be able to complete your syllabus, Shireen. Tejas says that's why I could not follow my table, which is why, Tejas, I'm sorry. Rishikesh, I did read your message. Sagonic Datta, about Julius Caesar, I did answer that question. Sanjeet S. Ma'am, alright guys. Okay. What to do when you're not able to understand a question in math? You would, I think, not I think, I know Shubhanshu sir would be the best person to answer that question, Soumya. So, is Shubhanshu sir here? Shubhanshu sir here. Hello, Shubhanshu sir. Yes, sir is here. I hope this is not like a past comment that I am reading. So, Soumya sir would be able to answer your question. Tanmay, ma'am, I'm in depression. How to come back to study? Tanmay, you will have to see the fact that you're asking me this question itself shows that you do have that willpower to study. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. And speaking of depression, let's not go into that. You will have to try and look at the things that actually make you happy. And one thing that you can have in your mind as a motivation, which is true as well, is that you going through whatever is again, that's personal, but trying to deviate your mind from that state of mind that you mentioned, the depressed state of mind, and actually going into studying would keep your mind occupied. One, studying would keep your mind occupied, so you would not get time to think about what actually puts you in that depressed mood. And just realize one thing, okay, you being in that, I mean, you will, it is a process to get out of it. That is that you would know well, or you can seek help. But you would have to prioritize your exam now, because if you don't have to study, and if you don't have to, forget about getting 90 or whatever, if you don't have to do the minimum that is required, that is going to make you feel even more uh, you know bad about things. So what I would tell you is, studying is going to help you deviate your mind from that state of mind. And when you do something that you're supposed to, it does give you like the sense of relief. Okay, when you finish these tasks that you are supposed to, it does release serotonin. Serotonin is responsible, it's called the happy chemical in our body, in humans body. So when y'all do finish what y'all do have to do at a particular time and a particular age, and your conscience does recognize it, there is a fair bit of serotonin that is released. All right, be it a big task or a small task, even if it is just doing something that your parents asked you to do, anything that is right. All right, so with that, you do have like a release of serotonin in your body. So I would say you should focus on studying now, like slow and steady, but you do have that willpower, and recognize that. mm, all right, I hope I answered your question, Tanmay. How to study SST efficiently? HCG, see, history, you will have to first bifurcate your Indian history and your world history, all right? And first finish uh, the concepts of Indian history, then delve into world history. Bifurcate it when make small when you make small compartments of those concepts and understand it according to the timeline in place. You would be able to make the process of studying history easier for y'all. Remember the dates. And speaking of civics, it's very interesting. Develop curiosity towards knowing how the functioning of the government actually happens, and how is it that the country that you reside in or live in actually functions. All right, so when you develop that kind of curiosity and ask yourself questions, all right, so finish civics in that way. Understand the basics first. If you don't have your basics right, it's okay. Google, YouTube, and you have Preksha ma'am's videos that do guide you in a amazing way when it comes to history and civics. I mean, her videos and slides are amazing, so do watch her videos as well. But until then, for a better understanding for y'all, if y'all are running short of time, do get your basics right. And when y'all get the basics right, everything else, the flow does fall into place. All right, so do not think of it as a burden. If you think of it as a burden, it's just going to make things tougher for you all. So history, I told you, bifurcate both and finish it topic by topic. Civics also, and when it comes to geography, I can bifurcate that as well. All right, you have your topography, you have your map markings, and then you have your theory, and the chapters in geography are very interesting. All right, so finish that first, along with revision and practicing your previous year questions. Rishikesh, what is your question? Rahul ma'am, can you teach economics and history, please? History, we have Preksha ma'am who's teaching all. Economics, it's a group 3 subject, and right now we are not delving into group 3 subjects as yet, but we'll keep you updated. Dial gamers, ma'am, what to do when you have overconfidence in your strongest, but in the exam you did not perform well and you started to feel you are a failure? All right, Dial, see, overconfidence is not good. That is true, but being confident is not bad either. Okay, so be learn to draw this line between underconfident, overconfident, and confident. All right, be in between. Do not be underconfident and do not be overconfident. Now see, your question says you are overconfident, but then because you didn't perform the exam, you became, and you didn't perform well, you feel like you're a failure. So that there is no in between. I see in your statement it is overconfident and underconfident. You feel like you're a failure, so be in between. Confidence is when you know you can do something, all right, and just knowing that is not enough. Confidence is knowing that you can do something and you will do it. Overconfidence is when you say you take out a chapter, you just brush through it, you don't know if you would be able to answer the questions that would be asked in your question paper, but just because you think you have brushed through and according to your conscience, you're like ha, theek hai, like I know whatever it is, and then without revision, and it's finally the day of your exam, and you go there and then the questions asked and you're like, oh damn, I should have, practiced previous year questions, or I should have done the questions behind the chapter. That is overconfidence, and that is when you feel bad, and trying to rebuild that confidence after you have been overconfident is not easy. But you don't have to feel like a failure. You learn from your mistakes, all right? So don't be overconfident. Just be confident. Be confident and be cautious, all right? Being confident doesn't mean that you are a miss or a Mr. Know It All. Confidence is knowing that you are smart enough to know how much you have finished, and confidence is knowing that you are careful enough to know how to revise and how to practice the previous year questions. Go write it in your exam and get good marks, and then you can be like, yeah, it's good, I was confident. That is confidence, all right? So do not feel like a failure and all. There is nothing like that. The fact that you have accepted it itself shows that you have learned not to be overconfident. You have recognized your mistake. So now be confident about where you went wrong, and be confident that you will correct those mistakes, and correct yourself wherever you went wrong previously. Do not repeat those mistakes and study. Mm, all right. I'm okay. Rahul, like the way you need, I understand, but I'm not confident in economics and history. Thank you, Rahul. See, read history like a story. Okay, just like how you would want to know when y'all watch. I'm pretty sure all of y'all know who dated Ranbir Kapoor, and in the past, I'm pretty sure most of y'all would know about that. Okay, just like how y'all know the story about an actor, an actress, or a celebrity's past. Take this also as a story. History is just like a story. It's just like a happening of events, but just that you have to remember the dates, all right? And economics, you will have to study. Economics again deals with I can bifurcate that as well. Like when it comes to micro and macroeconomics, you will have to bifurcate that and study. All right. And when it comes to economics, economics is a group three subject, if I'm not wrong. So 50% of your marks is already given in your internals, and what you have to focus on is the 50% in theory, and that shouldn't be that tough. Mm. Ma'am, how to manage schoolwork and study? Sanjeet, that is a very right question that I would say, because honestly speaking, some schools do fail to understand the importance of giving time to students to study on their own. But speaking of how to manage your schoolwork, see, try, if your schoolwork, I'm sure, would have to do with the syllabus only, right? So try to see what you can learn and which part of your syllabus you can finish when it comes to your schoolwork. If your project is dealing with a particular topic, be it in history, depending on the subject, try to finish that concept side by side. All right, so depending on if you're dealing with project work or your homework or your or writing your record or whatever it is, try to overlap that with the concept that is pending in your theory, in your syllabus, or as well. So in that way, I think it should be an ideal way to balance between your schoolwork and your studies. But try to allot time to your individual studying as well. All right. Question for Shubhanshu sir. Um, like that, sir will answer. Okay, ma'am, thank you. But should I make notes of chapters and should I solve PYQs? And can you send the site where you prefer JC? Yes, yes, I will definitely leave the link in not in this video, but I leave the link of the Julius Caesar translation in the video of the English Literature ICSE Secrets Revealed. And speaking of making notes of chapters, guys, it would always be my suggestion not to waste time on making notes, except for the maybe one liners or two words that you'll do, note down with a pencil in your textbook, because making notes is of no use. You have your textbook, you already have your school notes, and you have videos online. So why would you waste time? Just focus on, practicing your previous year question papers. Do not waste time making notes. Mm, all right. Um, Tejas asks, ma'am, at what time should you study? At what time should I study? Tejas, that depends completely on you, because the concentration levels of students vary throughout the day. So it depends on whether you are more comfortable studying in the morning. It depends on at what time your concentration level peaks. For some students, they find it comfortable, like the concentration level is the maximum, between 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. For some students, it's the morning. So you would have to identify that and start studying at that particular time. Ma'am, does class 10 marks really matter, or is it just to choose the stream in class 11? Dayal, see, a class 10 marks. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. Okay, class 10 marks, it would matter when it comes to choosing your stream. Otherwise, when you go in for your employment and all, they are mostly going to look at, I'm being very honest, they are mostly going to look at the board you hail from, and of course your performance in your immediate recent educational qualifications. So let's say you are somebody who's finished his or her MBA and has gone in for a job. They will look at the CGPA of your MBA marks, and maybe your graduation and 12th. 10th, it is very rarely seen, but that doesn't mean you do not pay attention to your 10th. But answering your question honestly, it doesn't really matter that much. All right, again, depending on what is it that like, for example, if you want to get a medical seat, just an example, I don't know which stream you'd prefer, but let's say you want to get a medical seat. All right, and along with your NEET rank or your CT rank, for example, your percentage of your 12th would be taken into account, not your 10th grade. So in that way, you can be the judge. Shravani Kumbar, ma'am, any tips for note making? Shravani, I do not suggest note making, because according to me, it is just a waste of time, unless you want to just create like quick mind maps in your textbook or in your notebook to make something simpler for you to understand. Do not waste time on note making, guys. Do not waste time on note making. You all would end up making notes, and at least considering the time you all have left, y'all are not gonna find time to come and visit those notes only. Are y'all gonna look at the textbook, or are y'all gonna practice your previous year question papers along with the solutions, or are y'all gonna refer back to your notes? Stick to your textbook. Make maybe the make small notes over there maybe, or you can have like the small post-it notes that you stick in your textbook when it comes to Julius Caesar or something like that, and just make one or two liners maximum for y'all to understand. Other than that, stick to your textbook. mm, Ma'am, half yearly goes not so good. It's okay, Mohammed. You can learn from your mistakes and avoid them in the upcoming exams. Ma'am, how to complete and revise syllabus fast? Should I make notes in the last few months? Complete your syllabus concept by concept, chapter by chapter, dedicating time equally to the subjects, and finishing the tougher concepts in the subjects you find tough. first. Again, prioritizing your group 1, group 2, and group 3 accordingly, and revise side by side parallelly. Like if you finish a concept, finish the revision of that, attempt the questions behind the chapter in the textbook. And again, I would not suggest making notes. Very wrong time to make notes, by the way. All right. Shubhanshu sir is asking Soumya to join him live tomorrow. All right. Ma'am, how do I come back? My half year percentage is 31%. That's okay, Mohammed. Learn where you went wrong. I'm guessing you wouldn't have completed your syllabus. All right. So finish your syllabus on time, side by side, practice previous year questions, finish the tough concepts, and start studying. mm. How can I come back? And my pre-boards are in December. Sudhir, you can come back, learn from coming back after doing faring not so well in your midterm or your first term or whatever it is. I would say learn from your mistakes, see where you went wrong in the previous exam. All right, and for most of y'all, I can say, guys, y'all wouldn't have studied, y'all would have taken it easy, right? And I'm sorry for those of y'all who actually took it seriously and y'all didn't do well. There would have been some place y'all did go wrong. All right, maybe identifying the kind of questions that would come, identifying the exam pattern. All right, so get your syllabus on track first, understand the demand. Again, watch that video, understand the demand of the board subject wise. See, your pre-boards, your midterm is set by your school, but then when it comes to boards, you will have to understand the demand of the boards. All right, and nobody can tell it to you better than the board itself. And I have just taken the content from the official website of the CISE website, and I've pasted it in those slides of that video that I made. And there is nobody who's going to tell you all this ever. All right, so understand the demand of the board. It's just that the board tells everything out there, but we ignore it. We are so lost in the students are so lost in trying to listen to tricks and tips from everywhere, that they actually miss out on focusing on what is the actual truth. All right, so the board is simple that way, but smart. All right, the board is very tricky and smart. They're like, we have told you what we want. Now if you want to listen to what other people are saying, if you don't want to, it's all right there, right? Everyone has access to the internet. That is the same website you all would be going to check your results. So the board can easily just shrug its shoulders and be like, guys, so what we wanted was right here. All right, so listening to your teachers is important, but guys, I'm telling y'all, do just stick to the demands of the board. You'll just have to identify your mistakes, Mohammed, and come back. Okay, guys, a few more questions. Okay. Ma'am, also, how can I come back? And my pre-boards are in December. The same thing that I said, Sudhir, you'll have to follow that. Ma'am, I got 62% in half yearly. What to do next? Mirza, that is not a very bad score. You still didn't manage to get first class, but try to finish the syllabus, practice previous year questions, use the upcoming pre-boards as self test, and align yourself with the demands of the board exam. Ma'am, please give some tips for physics, numericals, and can you please take my name? Really grateful for all the help by your channel. Thank you so much, Samragi. And there I took your name, Samragi, but it Charji. All right. Physics numericals, you will have to get the formula right. That is what I can tell you for physics numericals. Yeah, and Shubhanshu sir's video related to the physics syllabus is on our channel. You can definitely watch that. Ma'am, please give some tips for mathematics. Shubhanshu sir is like the tip giver for math, and he's amazing at what he does when it comes to this subject as well. So Samriki, do leave your comments. Sir, if you are here, do answer Miss Samriki's doubt. Do watch Shubhanshu sir's videos for your guidance on math, Samrigi. Hello, Eddie Vibe. Ma'am, solving competency paper and specimen paper and 10 years paper is most important to score 90%. Absolutely, Mohammed. In completion with your syllabus as well. Ma'am, please give some tips for mathematics. Okay, I told you that. Yes, but I'm Indian. Ma'am, my teacher does not give marks in English 1 paper. Do the teachers give marks in English 1? If you've got the answers right, Naga, you would get marks. But what teachers in 10th especially try to do mostly is, even if you do get an answer right, and let's say it's a 5 marker, and you get the answer right, and let's say that what you have to rightfully get is 4 on 5, the teachers are purposely going to give you a 2.5 or 3 on 5, even though you do deserve a 4, just so that you don't get overconfident, and you do think that you have to put in more effort so that you do well with your preparation. All right. um you're welcome, Dayal. No, Aku. Guys, don't copy paste the same questions again. Like, I would miss out on questions from the other students. um okay. um they're up already, but English and bio would be up soon, Pratishta. um Prathamesh, like, can't you hear? Are you, like, I'm audible, right? Thank you, Indra. Israel, Shubhanshu sir would be able to answer that question best. How can I prepare from now for class 10 spy gaming? Which class are you in? Ma'am, I prefer commerce stream and aim to become a CA, so doesn't matter. It depends on which board you are going to be choosing for this commerce stream, Dayal. So if you are choosing ISC after ICSE, your percentage, unless you have ISC in the school that you're already studying in for 11th and 12th, your percentage would matter. You'd at least have to get a first class for commerce. All right. Mm. Prashant says, "Ma'am, how can I prepare history? Whatever I learned, I forget, and how to prepare for English language." Prashant, history you will have to understand. Understanding and not mugging, not memorizing is the trick there. If you understand the, see, when you watch any movie, uh, and if somebody comes and tells you the plot of the movie, you are not likely to remember it that much, because you'd be like, okay, fine, what is he like even talking about? But then when you watch the movie, when you understand the movie, and if somebody asks you what is the storyline, you'd be able to say it. You would be able to talk about the movie even for half an hour, right? So that is because you understood it. I mean it's a different thing that, visual memory and all of that, but you will have to understand the concepts when it comes to history or any of your other subjects as well. And history, I would say, when it comes to understanding, should be the easiest compared to all the other subjects, because it's like a story. They are real events that have actually happened in the past, right? So history is like a story. So if you understand it with curiosity, do it in a fun way, and understand instead of mugging. But you would have to mug the dates and memorize the dates, okay? And for English language, go through the syllabus, practice previous year questions. All right, so get your grammar in place, and they do give a lot when it comes to essay writing, guys. Is one of the tips I did forget to leave in English literature as well. Guys, punctuate your sentences. All right, do not forget to punctuate your sentences. Give attention to your punctuations, because ICSE, even in your boards, when it comes to marking, do deduct marks if you do not punctuate. Put your commas in place. If it is required, then put an exclamation. Don't forget to put a question mark at the end of the questions. All right. And use capital letters when it comes to proper nouns. I mean, those are the basics, right? Do not forget to punctuate, guys, because y'all would lose marks when it comes to that. More than spelling mistakes, spelling mistakes also y'all lose marks, but punctuation, y'all will lose marks. And they cut like quarter or half a mark. So let's say you write a brilliant essay, but your punctuation is not in place. You will end up, I mean, for a 250 word essay or something, you would end up losing easily 4 marks if you have made like even 4 or 5 mistakes when it comes to your punctuation. So pay attention to punctuation. So preparing for English language, Prashant, you would have to practice previous year questions. Ma'am, please give some motivation because I have scored very bad in my half yearly, please. Okay, office, your name. See, motivation, office. You have just got to believe in yourself. See, everybody has it in them to perform. All right, you don't. There is no such person like, or no such student like a poor performance student or an average student, or it's those categories are not permanent. All right, if you want and if you identify that potential in yourself, and you have to believe in yourself, that is the base motivation of anything, and that is the base fact. I'm not saying this just to motivate you or anybody else. If you don't believe in yourself, nothing can be done. You have to believe in yourself. Even if it is something, even if you have to go appear for a very tough exam, you have to tell yourself that you will do your best. Okay, just do your best, and the universe and God will do the rest. All right, because effort never goes in vain. Remember that. And instead of complete hard work, learn to do smart work. All right, ICSE test that also. So learn to do smart work. And motivation, everyone has it in them. All right, let's say I had a friend who, when we were in 10th, she, from nursery, I was in the same school, like from nursery to 10th. So from nursery, she was always an average student. She had a slow speed of writing, and she used to get made fun of. And ninth grade, so what most schools do is, quick story, what most schools do is, they in ninth, if they see that the student is not performing, they would detain them, because they would want like complete pass percentage when it comes to the boards, right? It's the school's reputation. So she used to always be an average student, like above 50. That's it. She would never touch 60. I mean, I don't remember her touching 60. So she was always looked at as being this dull student. But then when she cleared ninth, everybody thought they would detain her in ninth, all right? Because only in our school, only students who got above 58% was sent to 10th. Below 58, they were given that thing, that benchmark, that below 58, you would be detained. All right, so we all thought she's going to be detained. But in ninth, she got, a girl who hadn't touched 60 had got like 78%, and that somewhere boosted her confidence. And we were all surprised but proud. We were all surprised but proud, because in the last 11 and a half years, we never saw that performance of hers. All right, and it's not like some extra tuition she went for or anything. It was just this one guy who had made fun of her, calling her a dullard and telling her that she's going to be detained, that she, instead of letting those comments and that put her down, she actually rose like a phoenix, and she's like, no, if not now, never. And till today, I'm pretty sure most of the people in our class do remember it, just like how I did. All right, so and in the 10th boards, she ended up getting an 82%. All right, and we all, I mean, the ones who did wish her well were super proud, but she did identify that in herself, and that does lie in each and every one of us. So motivation is within yourself. You cannot seek for it outside. All right, you have to believe in yourself. All right, guys, just 3-4 questions more and I will go. Priyanshi, I just said I just told you all how to go about do your previous year questions, finish your syllabus on time, and practice previous year questions along with revision. Ma'am, board exam se dar lag raha hai. Ram, you should not get scared of the board exam. Be excited to, go and face that exam. Do your part, and just go and write the exam. If you have to practice your previous year questions, and attempt questions from the previous board exam papers, you half that fear will go, guys, trust me. mm, how to cover syllabus in one line? Not possible. Bikramjit. Sanchita, hello. Vaishali, hello. Ma'am, can I ma'am, I can do good in English too and biology. That's very nice to hear, Vaishali. Ma'am, you're um, sort of Aku. Mm, will the poetry questions be tough this year? Again, no predictions. You do your part. Nothing will be tough, Aku. Just read the poems and understand them. Akarshit, please tell Shubhanshu sir to provide. Sure. Shubhanshu sir would have read this. How to deal with procrastination? You'll have to work on it little by little. All right. I didn't mention this in my previous live, so because of the time crunch, do try and go and see it from there, Abhijit. I'm from CDS School, Nagpur, India. All right, Vaishali. Yatarth, ma'am, what to choose to become an animator? To become an animator, science or commerce or physical education and computer as third language after class 10, and also ICSE or CBSE. See, when it comes to 11th or 12th, it is ISC. You don't call it ICSE anymore, even though it is under the CISCE board. When it comes to 11th and 12th, it is ISC. I would suggest, if you're getting into animation, considering the options available in our country for animators presently, I would suggest that if you're looking for a career in animation, I would definitely look at global exposure. And if you want global exposure, you would uh, have to choose ISC if you want more credibility for your certificates, and choose science, but choose your subjects, because ISC gives you that flexibility of choosing your subjects, because commerce isn't going to help you when it comes to animation. Physical education, I don't see how it would, Yatarth. So by the way, guys, there was this poll on the channel about how many of y'all have already chosen which board to take up after 10th, that is ISE or CBSE. And with the options, I see majority of y'all have chosen ISC, and kudos, y'all are keeping up the spirit of ICSE. And there's a video coming up tonight on ISC versus ISC, not versus ISC or CBSE, what to choose after 10th. So do watch it. And I have been a little biased there. Alright, guys, all chapters. Alright. Akku says, my name is Adityan. Thank you so much, Akku. We're not allowed to interact on personal platforms, so please don't do that. All right. Practice previous year questions, Yatarth. Chris Morris says, see, behavior, if you feel you're bad, then correct it. With a few more months left, I think you should focus on your studies now. So just go with that, Yatarth. Okay, guys, the rest of the questions I will answer in my next live. All right, it was really fun interacting with you all. I hope I did help you all keep up the festive spirit within y'all, balanced with your spirit of studying, guys. Do not get too distracted. Study well, watch the ISC or CBSE video and tell me what y'all think about it. Aryan, we will answer that question in the next live. Alright, guys, I'm sorry about not answering the questions below, but happy Diwali in advance, and take care. Believe in yourselves, stay calm, study, do your part, and don't be scared of this exam. Alright, we are here to help y'all. And take care, guys. Good night. Happy Diwali again.